Thanks for tuning in to Terrier TV. Today is Monday, February 25th. I'm Danielle Francavilla.
And I'm Kristen Roberts.
We're coming out of breaking news this morning, just finding out a former campaign staffer, Alva Johnson, has alleged that President Trump kissed her without her consent in a lawsuit that she newly brought against him. She says the president grabbed her hand and leaned in to kiss her on the lips outside of a rally in Tampa in 2016. The White House has denied the charge. We will keep you updated as more details become available to us. Now let's get into this week's top stories. A parking spot argument gone wrong. One dead and one injured following a far north Dallas shooting early Sunday morning. At 2:15 a.m., officers were called to the crime scene where they found two victims inside a car. The driver, identified as 29-year-old Demondre Green, had been shot multiple times and remains the only noted casualty of the shooting at this time. The passenger in the vehicle was taken to a hospital and his wounds were not considered to be life-threatening. Detectives said that the whole incident arose following an argument over a parking space where the suspect shot both passengers in the car. So far, police say that no suspect has been identified. We will keep you updated on this situation.
3 unnamed people are dead following an Amazon Prime air cargo plane crash outside Houston, Texas. The plane that was carrying the 3 passengers, a Boeing 767 operated by Atlas Air, nosedived midway through a scheduled cargo flight originating from Miami, Florida. The plane crashed in a swampy area about 30 miles away from George Bush Intercontinental Airport. Atlas CEO Bill Flynn said that his company is setting up assistance programs for the family members of the deceased. Investigators say that debris has been found all throughout Trinity Bay. Flynn praised those involved in the recovery, commenting that we would like to commend the efforts of all the first responders. We sincerely appreciate their efforts and support in this investigation. Local meteorologists noted that gusty winds may have been a factor in the crash.
Empire star JUSSIE Smollett was arrested and charged last week with felony disorderly conduct for filing a false police report. Prosecutors claim Smollett falsely told police that he was attacked by 2 individuals who also threw homophobic and racial slurs at him. The 2 alleged attackers were found by the police and cooperated, admitting that they are friends of Smollett, who allegedly gave them $3,500 to carry out the choreographed attack. Police video evidence show this. Smollett remains free on a $100,000 bond as he awaits trial.
President Donald Trump and Supreme Leader of North Korea, Kim Jong-Un, are planning to meet for a second summit. Both are expected to meet in Vietnam between February 27th and February 28th. Trump is planning to solidify the denuclearization process that North Korea has promised following their June 2018 Singapore meeting. Trump said that, quote, there is no longer a nuclear threat from North Korea, and added that he is in no rush to meet with Kim Jong-un following their ceasing of ballistic missile tests.
House Intelligence Committee Chairman Adam Schiff said that he would subpoena Robert Mueller's investigation of Russian interference in the 2016 election. Schiff said that he would call Mueller to testify before the committee if the report remains secret, and that he would sue the president's administration if needed. Schiff also added that if the president is serious about all his claims of exoneration, then he should welcome the publication of the report.
This weekend, Pope Francis ended a landmark Vatican summit by calling for an all-out battle on clergy sexual abuse. The Pope, referring to the Catholic Church's long history of covering up sexual abuse scandals, denounced the abuse of minors in front of 190 Catholic bishops and religious superiors that were invited to the meeting. The Pope called those who had abused children instruments of Satan and ravenous wolves.
R. Kelly remains in jail after failing to produce $100,000 bail. Kelly was indicted and has pled not guilty on 10 counts of aggravated sexual abuse against 4 victims, 3 of whom were under the age of 17 years old at the time of the alleged crimes. Kelly's attorney, Steve Greenberg, stated that the bond total was fair and responsible punishment, but also claimed that the singer can't afford such money due to mismanagement and bad deals. Kelly also reportedly owes more than $169,000 in unpaid child support to his ex-wife and faced eviction from his Chicago recording studio late last year.
New England Patriots team owner Robert KRAFT was charged on 2 counts of soliciting prostitution at Orchards of Asia Spa in Jupiter, Florida, following a recent law enforcement bust of massage parlors in the state. Jupiter Police Chief Danielle, in a press conference late Friday morning, stated that a warrant for KRAFT's arrest will be sent to his house in Massachusetts. Kerr also said that there is a video evidence of KRAFT involved in sex acts in a massage parlor on 2 occasions. The news comes a few weeks after KRAFT's Patriots won Super Bowl 53 and only a few days after he was spotted courtside at the NBA All-Star Game. In total, 25 people were cited in the specific bus, and ESPN's Adam Schefter stated that, quote, KRAFT is not the biggest name involved in this operation. We will bring more updates as they arrive. And now, here's my MLB update. On Tuesday, February 19th, the San Diego Padres signed Manny Machado to a 10-year, $300 million contract, the largest contract in North American sports history, surpassing Alex Rodriguez's 10-year, $275 million deal. Machado was a free agent for 113 days, longer than the 102 days he spent as a Los Angeles Dodger. The Machado signing put an end to one of the most controversial free agent signing periods for a high-profile free agent in recent memory. The lengthy wait for Machado to ink his deal, along with the other mega free agent, Bryce Harper, still being unsigned, has many baseball agents and players making collusion accusations towards team owners. Most owners have chosen to remain quiet on such a controversial accusation, but those few that have chosen to speak on the subject are quick to point out that in today's heavy analytical-driven MLB, it is very clear that 10-year contracts very rarely work out for the teams, as they find themselves saddled with an overpriced, aging superstar whose skills have diminished significantly from the time their contract was signed. It's a bit tougher to make that argument in this case, as Machado and Harper are both only 26 years old. So now that Machado has signed, the spotlight shines brightly on Harper. Where will he wind up? And will his deal surpass what Machado got, thus setting another record? Considering that spring training has already started, I expect we'll find out shortly.
Thanks, Kristen. The federal judge who is in the process of sentencing the Statue of Liberty protester from last year says that he wants safety ladders added to the structure. U.S. Magistrate Judge Gabriel Gorenstein is presiding over the case of Therese Patricia Okumu, who in December was found guilty of misdemeanor charges after her protest climb of the Statue of Liberty on July 4, 2018. Last Wednesday, Gorenstein said that he wanted to visit the statue in order to better appreciate the risks or hazards created by the defendant's conduct. On Friday, the National Park Service said it would comply with the request of Gorenstein at a future date, excluding regular public viewing hours. Kristen, I've heard you got a recap of the Oscars for us.
Yes, the 91st Academy Awards were presented last night honoring the best films of 2018. Best Picture went to Green Book, Best Actor went to Rami Malek, starring as Freddie Mercury in Bohemian Rhapsody, and Best Actress went to Olivia Colman, starring as Queen Anne in The Favorite. Supporting actors were Regina King for If Beale Street Could Talk and Mahershala Ali in Green Book. This Oscar ceremony was the first such program to be conducted with no host since the 61st Academy Awards in 1989. The Favorite and Roma were both tied for most nominations of the night, as both films were nominated for 10 Oscars each.
Such a unique year for the Oscars with record-breaking achievements last night. Well, that's it for today's newscast. Thanks for watching Terrier TV, and don't forget to follow us on our Instagram and Twitter at SFC Terrier TV, and visit our brand new website, sfcterriertv.com. I'm Danielle Francavilla.
And I'm Kristen Roberts. Thanks for watching. See you again next week.